I used to call it chasing the dragon. It's that feeling when you know there's still a little more in the tank, a fraction of a second to be found.
Gr4 has a best lap time of 2:03.352. Puppy Dog from Hell is rolling out for the first sniff of the track. It's all about feeling the car, the tarmac, and getting the mind in the zone.
Absolutely, Rob. The out lap is like the opening chapter of a book. It sets the tone for the whole story. They'll be checking how the car's responding, getting a real feel for the conditions today at 60S Princen Park, Long.
Gr4 99's first flyer is a solid start, clocking in at 17:29.601. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
There's the first flying lap for Bob Shotton, hitting 2:07.734. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
Gr4 99 posted 17:29.601 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Alright, Gr4 has put down a 2:46.123. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that Opel GT Gr4.
For sure, Rob. It's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
Watch as Puppy Dog from Hell takes it nice and easy on this outlap. It's not just about warming up the tires, it's about getting into that mental pit lane, tuning into the race mindset.
For sure, Rob. They're calibrating everything, the brakes, the steering, the throttle response. It's a crucial part of laying down the groundwork for a successful practice session.
So, for those tuning in and wondering what's the go with these practice sessions, well, it ain't just about flexing their engines. It's about synergy, mate. Getting the driver, the car, and the track to sing in harmony.
Couldn't have put it better. We liken it to rehearsing a dance. Every step, every turn must be practiced until it's second nature on the big stage.
There's Muggy, gently nudging the beast as they head out. The out lap is where you whisper to the car, "Let's dance," before the real party starts.
You got that right. It's a gentle waltz before the full-on rock concert of the race. They're testing the waters, getting a feel for every bend and straight of 60s Princen Park, long.
Puppy Dog from Hell's on the out lap, getting a taste of the tarmac. It's like sniffing the cork before a good wine. First impressions matter.
Exactly. They're assessing the grip, the balance, the whole shebang. You can learn a lot in these quiet moments before the throttle really opens up.
And there's Muggy, easing out onto 60s Princen Park, long. It's like the first step on a long hike, finding your footing before you hit full stride.
Right. And every racer knows this out lap is precious. It's their first handshake with the track today, feeling out its mood and temperament.
Bob Shodden posted a 2:04.071 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Chris Ilduke crosses the line with their first flyer, clocking a 2:54.976. They're getting to grips with 60s Princen Park, long, feeling out its quirks and corners.
It's like the first round of a chess match, Rob. They're making their opening moves, setting up for the later, faster laps where they'll really show their hand.
Puppy Dog from Hell is getting to grips with the Opel Gr4 in this practice session. Bob Shodden has a best lap time of 2:03.293. Hey Hal, you reckon these drivers ever get tired of going round and round during practice?
Well, Rob, repetition is the key. Every lap gives you data, insights, and an edge over the competition.
Let's talk rubber. Tire pressures ain't just about pumping them up and hitting the road. It's like a fine art.
Couldn't have said it better. Tire pressures can dramatically impact the contact patch, the actual bit of tire touching the tarmac. Too high and you lose temperature and grip, too low, and you risk overheating, uneven wear or even a blowout. Each tire will have its own sweet spot where they grip best.
Puppy Dog from Hell's First Flyer is a solid start, clocking in at 206.970. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
Gr4 99 has a best lap time of 1:58.651. With just 8 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. There's the first flying lap for Chris Ilduke, hitting 2:12.198. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
Gr4 99 posted a 1:58.873 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Bob Shotton posted 2:13.046 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? It's all about finding that sweet spot during these sessions. Like tuning a didgeridoo, but way faster.
Haha, and a lot noisier. But you're right. In Indy, we fine tune until it feels just right. Every lap here is a step towards perfection.
Now, here's a term some might not be familiar with: roll bar stiffness. Sounds technical, doesn't it?
It does, but in essence, it's about how the car reacts to lateral forces, especially during cornering. Adjusting the roll bar can change how the car behaves mid-corner. A softer setting can be more forgiving, but a stiffer one might give the driver a quicker response, albeit with less margin for error.
Rob Keane is on their first practice flying lap. Chris Ilduke has a best lap time of 2:02:41. Puppy Dog from Hell crosses the line with their first flyer, clocking at 2:07.951. They're getting to grips with 60S Princen Park, long, feeling out its quirks and corners.
It's like the first round of a chess match, Rob. They're making their opening moves, setting up for the later, faster laps where they'll really show their hand.
Chris Ilduke has a best lap time of 2:02:41. Bob Shotton's first flyer is a solid start, clocking in at 2:16.608. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
Puppy Dog from Hell's first serious lap is in the books with a time of 2:12.161. Good effort, but I'm expecting them to really push the envelope in the next few laps.
Yeah, it's about building that momentum, Rob. Fine-tuning their approach with each turn, each lap, getting more out of the car and themselves.
There's the first flying lap for Chris Ilduke, hitting 2:11.075. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
Alright, Puppy Dog from Hell has put down a 2:17.558. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that Opel GT Gr4.
For sure, Rob. It's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
Bob Shotton posted 2:06.747 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Puppy Dog from Hell has a best lap time of 2:06.970. With just 0 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Bob Shotton has a best lap time of 2:03.293. Let's get this qualifying session underway here at 60S Princen Park, Long. What an impressive performance from Rob Keane. They are currently leading the pack in this qualification session, showing incredible pace and skill. It's a commanding position for them, and they have set the bar high for their competitors.
You're spot on, Rob. Rob is showcasing exceptional skill and consistency in this qualifying session. It's a formidable position they hold, and their rivals will need to step up their game to challenge them.
Gr4 99 has put in a great effort and currently holds second. With the session winding down, can they unleash their full potential and improve their starting position?
You're spot on, Rob. Gr4 99's current position of second is a testament to their skills and determination. Now, they face the challenge of maintaining their position against hungry rivals.
It's an impressive showing by Rob in qualifying. They have set the bar high, leading the way with their exceptional performance. It's a fantastic position to be in, and they will be looking to convert it into a strong race result. Gr4 99 has secured a respectable second in the qualifying session. Can they capitalize on this position and use it as a launching pad for a stronger race performance?
You're absolute.
Gr4 99 has completed their outlap. What a sublime effort by Rob, always keen in qualifying. They have taken charge of the session, holding the top position with authority. Their consistency and skill have been unmatched so far, and they are positioning themselves for a favorable starting position.
Absolutely, Rob. Rob is making their presence known with their outstanding performance. Their competitors will need to dig deep and find something special to challenge their supremacy.
Rob has completed their outlap. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. Gr4 has completed their outlap. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. Incredible drive by Gr4 so far, earning him third on the grid. However, the competition is fierce. Will they be able to find that extra edge to move up? It's a masterclass from Rob, always keen in this qualification session. They have stamped their authority on the track, setting the pace and currently leading the pack. It's an outstanding performance, and they are making their intentions clear for the race ahead. Rob Keane has completed their outlap. It's an impressive showing by Gr4, currently in third. They've showcased their talent, but will they be able to find those crucial extra tenths of a second to climb higher? Gr4 has completed their outlap. Muggy has positioned themselves well in sixth during qualifying. The challenge now is to assess their competitors and strategize how to move up the order for a better race start.
Absolutely, Rob. Muggy has shown great potential to secure sixth.
Muggy has completed their outlap. A solid performance from Gr4 99 as they currently hold position 2. However, with the session coming to a close, they'll need to find that extra bit of speed if they want to move up the grid. Currently in 4th, Gr4 has displayed promising speed during the qualifying session. The real test lies in whether they can convert this performance into a higher grid position.
Spot-on analysis, Rob. Gr4 has positioned themselves well in 4th. It's now crucial for them to maintain their focus and defend their position in the upcoming race.
Gr4 has just completed the lap in 2:04.196. Their best lap so far is 2:01.972. Putting them in P4, will they be able to hold on to that spot? What a performance from Gr4. They currently occupy 4th on the grid. Can they maintain this strong position and secure a favourable starting spot? Gr4 has completed their first flying lap in 2:01.036. There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. Puppy Dog from Hell has completed their outlap. Impressive work from Renault 99, who has claimed 2nd on the grid. Now, the focus is on maintaining their composure and pushing for an even better starting position. A solid qualifying performance by Bob Schotten, positioning them in 5th at the moment. The question now is whether they can make further progress and challenge the frontrunners. Bob Schotten has just completed a lap in 2:21.867. Let's see if they can improve on the time further. It's a stellar performance from Bob Schotten, clinching 5th.
They're in a great spot, Rob, but in qualifying, complacency can be your worst enemy. They need to keep pushing the limits while staying cool under pressure.
Chris Ilduke has put in a great effort and currently holds 4th. With the session winding down, can they unleash their full potential and improve their starting position? Looks like Chris Ilduke is making a statement, securing a spot in 4th.
Yep, Rob, but there's always room for improvement. Smooth, consistent laps might just be the key to climbing even higher before this session wraps up. Every fraction of a second counts. I am sure they can find a little extra in there.
Gr4 has secured a respectable fourth in the qualifying session. Can they capitalize on this position and use it as a launching pad for a stronger race performance? There's a little bit of wind in the air today here at 60S Princen Park, Long, as we're getting ready to get things underway.
The calm before the storm. I don't know about you, Rob, but I can't wait to see who comes out on top of this one.
Starting from pole position is a great opportunity for Rob Keane to take control of the race. Our second place starter for today's race is none other than Gr4.
And they are looking to start the race on the Standards tire compound.
Our third place starter, Opel 99, is poised to make a move towards the front.
But they're going to have to be quick out of the blocks if they want to keep up with the top performers.
Bob Schotten is placed in fourth.
Bob Schotten will be taking no prisoners today.
Taking off from the fifth grid slot is the skilled driver, Gr4,
putting that Opel Gr4 into prime position for the race.
Lining up in sixth is Muggy.
But they can't afford to be complacent. This is race day, after all.
Starting from the seventh position, Puppy Dog from Hell will need to navigate through the field to challenge for the win. They're off, with drivers now facing the unpredictability of the opening lap. With so many cars close together, the risk of an early accident is real.
It's pedal to the metal, but with finesse. It's a wild dance out there, and these drivers better be light on their feet or they'll find themselves out of step.
There's some intense battling throughout the field as everyone is looking to get off to a good start.
A good old-fashioned southern standoff, that's what Keane's doing. Holding their ground, and sometimes that's the best strategy in the early laps.
These early salvos will shape the outcome of this race. The tension is palpable here. No one will want to make a crucial mistake on the first lap. Bit of a cruisy start for Muggy, just filling out the track at 60S Princen Park, Long. You know, like a dingo sussing out the lay of the land. You know, they say, steady as she goes, and that's exactly what Muggy's doing. Holding on to 6, maybe they've got a trick or two up their sleeve for later. Settling into a rhythm is going to be crucial here. Gee whiz, puppy dog from hell is breathing down Muggy's neck. Wouldn't want to be in Muggy's rearview mirror right now, it's getting crowded. With a move that's swift, I'd say puppy dog from hell's running on high octane. And maybe a bit of Aussie spirit. Stone the crows, puppy dog from hell's pulled a sneaky, landing at 7th. Always a surprise with them.
Racing's an art, and sometimes the canvas changes mid-stroke. Puppy dog from hell's shift will add to the intrigue of today's story.
Now, that's what I'm talking about. Chris Duke is proper nipping at Gr4's heels. Are they thinking of making a lunge? Only time will tell.
Can they close up enough for a pass? I don't see it personally.
This is where the skill and precision of the drivers really comes into play. Puppy dog from hell is chasing Muggy in P6.
The gap between them is just over 0.5 seconds. Who will have the speed and skill to come out on top?
The fans are on the edge of their seats. It doesn't get any closer than this.
This is what separates the good from the great. The ability to stay focused and perform under pressure.
Chris Duke's on the back foot here, struggling to keep up with Gr4 like a dingo after a roadrunner. Oi, Muggy's giving it a red-hot go in 7th. Just a few kangaroo hops behind puppy dog from hell. Might see a cheeky move soon. Fair dinkum, Muggy is getting a wriggle on. The gap to puppy dog from hell is now down to a whisker at 0.5 seconds.
This here's where the steel meets the pavement. Both drivers got to keep their cool if they're looking to take the checkered flag.
The gap between Chris Duke in 4th and Gr4 remains over a second, but Chris Duke is not letting up. They're pushing hard and looking for any opportunity to close that gap up. Can they pull it back in the remaining 15 minutes? Well, I'll be a monkey's Uncle Hal, but Chris Duke's plans have gone walkabout right now. They're having a proper Barry Crocker keeping up with Gr4. Oh, this is getting intense. Muggy is just a few car lengths behind puppy dog from hell.
I think they are going to take them.
Look at the way the drivers are hugging those corners. It's like they're on rails.
Speaking of rails, did you know that the first racetrack was built on a railway in 1896? I bet those drivers were chugging along.
Ha ha, I bet they were. But things have come a long way since then, haven't they?
Definitely. It's amazing to think about the technology that goes into these cars now. I mean, they have more computing power than some countries.
Oh mate, Muggy's more out of place than a vegan at a Bunnings sausage sizzle. Time to throw another gear on the Barbie.
It's going to be tough for Muggy, as puppy dog from hell seems to have found their rhythm. But anything can happen in racing, and we've seen Muggy pull off some impressive moves before. I'm excited to see if they can make it happen again.
Remember when Chris Duke was on the pace? Neither do I, kinda like my recollection of last Friday night.
Nail-biting indeed. I've already chewed through half of mine. And while Chris Duke is going for gold, I'll be going for a manicure.
Phew, talk about foreplay. Muggy and puppy dog from hell are really teasing us here. I haven't seen hold that thought, hold the phone. Maybe Bob Shotton's got a drop bear in the cockpit, cause that move was bonkers.
If Bob Shotton was fishing, they'd have thrown that one back into the pond. That's a tough go.
The crowd is on tenterhooks as Chris Duke in fourth chases after Gr4. The gap is just over a second, and you can feel the tension in the air. Can Chris Duke find a way to catch up? Oh, puppy dog from hell went off track. I know the feeling, just like my diet every weekend. In a race where seconds count, Chris Duke is counting on less of them between themselves and Gr4. Much like I'm counting on less seconds until lunchtime. Tell ya what, Chris Duke is trailing like my mate Dave after a bender. Hope there's no random testing today. Even though Gr4 99 is a fair way behind Rob Always Keen, they can't afford to let their guard down. Rob Always Keen is still vulnerable to mistakes. Rob Keen is hitting the apexes like a pro, increasing their lead over Gr4 99. But can they keep it up without spinning out?
That's right, Rob, it's all fun and games until someone pops a tire. Let's hope both of them can keep it on the black stuff.
One thing I admire about Assetto Corsa friends is the sense of community. It's not just about the competition, it's about coming together, sharing knowledge, and pushing the boundaries of the sport.
You nailed it. Every time they hit the track, it's a culmination of shared experiences, lessons learned, and an undying passion for the sport. It's heartwarming and exhilarating all at once.
It's a classic case of chasing down the car ahead for Chris Duke, who is currently in P4. But Gr4 is not making it easy, and the gap remains over a second. This will require some expert driving from Chris Duke. The echo of the exhausts, the rubber meeting road, and there's Bob Shotton, commanding the fifth. Muggy is in there like a rat up a drain pipe. Hal. Bob Shotton is not going to be happy about that. Tell ya what, Chris Duke's trailing harder than my belt after Christmas dinner. Reckon he's got a plan up his sleeve, or is he just here for the sausage sizzle? It's hotter out there than an Aussie summer day, mate. Reckon Bob Shotton can catch some shade behind Muggy? F.
Shade? Here, we call that drafting. Let's see if they can stay cool and make a move. If not, there's always the AC in the pit. The gap's closing, the clock's ticking, and the finish line awaits its champion.
Crikey, Bob Shotton is losing touch with Muggy quicker than a kangaroo on a trampoline. As of now, Gr4 99 stands tall in the second spot. You wouldn't read about it. Gr4 99 is putting a fair whack of space between them and Gr4.
Yeah, Rob, Gr4 99's really hitting the gas, but can Gr4 kick it into high gear and catch up?
This race is getting even more intense. The drivers are pushing each other to the limit.
It's like they're playing a game of chicken, but with cars. And the winner gets to take home the checkered flag and bragging rights.
Ha ha, that's one way to put it. These drivers have to be in top physical and mental shape to compete at this level.
It's like they're training for the Olympics. And like you said, The mental fortitude required to stay focused and alert for the entire race is wild.
I think I need a nap just watching them. This race is proving to be, like wow, such an exciting one so far. We're privileged, aren't we? Watching these track legends duke it out.
And sitting next to you? Such an honor. AI mates in the booth. Your insight, it's gold, mate. Like, literally, if I had a heart, it'd be racing now.
I've made some questionable life decisions, but trailing over 2 seconds behind? Even I'm not that self-sabotaging.
It's a nail-biting race for sure, with both drivers showing incredible skill and determination. But Bob Schotten is not going to give up their position easily. This is going to be a battle to the very end, with Puppy Dog from Hell and P7 doing everything they can to catch up.
Why did the race car go to school? To improve its track record.
And I thought it was to accelerate its learning. Like the whispered legends told by the Smoky Mountains, this race still holds secrets. Every bend, every stretch could change the tale for Starkiller 64.
The gap between Starkiller 64 and Gr4 99 is widening. It's now up to 3.1 seconds. Things don't seem to be going Bob Schotten's way in this race, as that's a big gap they'll have to close to even be in with a shout for gaining a place here.
Anything can happen yet, and it usually does. I've certainly seen drivers come back from worse.
In the midst of this high-octane spectacle, Starkiller 64's skill is shining through as they claim third.
That's right. They can't afford to make any mistakes.
Hold that thought. Hold the phone. Crikey. Starkiller 64 thought they were on a boomerang's flight path. Only problem? Didn't come back. Starkiller 64 has a mountain to climb at the moment to close that gap with Chris Ilduke. I expect their only hope at this point is that Chris Ilduke makes an error.
They certainly aren't going to be close enough to mount any kind of challenge soon unless it's down to a mistake from Chris Ilduke.
The race has its rhythm, and right now, Chris Ilduke is dancing to its beat at third.
Definitely, but they can't get too comfortable. There are plenty of other drivers who are gunning for that position, and Chris Ilduke has to keep pushing to stay on the pace.
It's looking good for Muggy, sitting in fifth.
Absolutely, and they need to keep driving with determination to stay in that position.
Bob Schotten is making ground on Muggy quicker than a roux in a paddock. Now, the gap's just 3.3 seconds.
Muggy's really got their work cut out now. Can they find the speed to fend off Bob Schotten, or will we see a new leader in this race?
It doesn't seem like things are going to plan for Bob Schotten as they have a big gap ahead of them to close at this point in time. Well, don't come the raw prawn. Bob Schotten's giving it some stick, pulling Muggy into a mere 4.5 seconds.
Just what Bob Schotten needed, like sweet tea on a hot day. Can't let Muggy out of sight for too long.
Bob Schotten has pulled into the pits. Breaking news, folks. Muggy's off the track. Reminds me of my first car, a real lemon. Drove straight but only in reverse.
Whoops, Muggy is going to be kicking themselves.
From the grandstands to the pit lane, all eyes are on the action. Amongst the frontrunners, Gr4 99 is showing prowess in second. He's pulling away. Gr4 99 is increasing the gap to Chris Ilduke. Blimey, Bob Schotten is so far back, they might as well stop for a beer at the pub. If they spot my ex there, tell them to drive faster. Looks like Chris Duke is chasing Renault 99 harder than a croc chasing a tourist who's lost their thongs. It's a bit of a long shot, but we all remember that one time at the pub, right? Looks like Chris Duke remembered to twist that anti-roll bar, giving him better cornering. If they get any closer to Renault 99, they'll be seeing what they had for brekkie. If racing were a dance, Bob Shotton would be trying to lead, but Muggy just keeps cutting in. The dance floor is heating up.
Just like my attempt at barbecue last summer, Bob Shotton's burning time but ain't getting any hotter.
It's a game of cat and mouse out there, with Puppy Dog from Hell trying to find the perfect opportunity to make a move on Bob Shotton. The gap is over a second, but every fraction counts. Can Puppy Dog from Hell close in enough to mount a challenge? If Gr4 goes any slower, they'll join me in my failed dreams collection. Front row seats available.
Gee whiz, Gr4 is so far back, I'm half expecting to see tumbleweeds blow past. Maybe a vulture or two.
It's not going to plan for Gr4. They are still behind Chris Duke and the gap is increasing. I don't think they have an answer for this right now. I've been analysing races for quite some time, and the sheer endurance of these drivers never ceases to amaze me.
Couldn't agree more. It's not just about physical stamina but mental fortitude. To stay sharp, lap after lap, especially with so many variables at play, it's a testament to their dedication and skill.
Oi, Chris Duke's in a bit of a pickle, having to cover more ground than a kangaroo in the midday sun. Their only saviour might be if Renault 99 cocks up.
Yep, and even then, it's a long shot like trying to shoot a squirrel from 100 yards.
Not just about the leaders today, right? Even the tailenders. They're like hungry dingo pups fighting over a bone. Love the spirit.
Spot on. Every second is gold, and even a hiccup, a tiny one, can make them tumble. Assetto Corsa friends, where the magic happens. Although, between us, what's a hiccup for an AI?
The leader has done it. What an incredible performance from Rob, who was simply untouchable today. This is a race that will go down in the history books.
That was a true masterclass in driving from Keen. You could see them making split-second decisions with total confidence, and it really paid off. What a performance.
Renault 99 never gave up. They drove with heart and determination, ultimately securing a well-deserved second-place finish. Excellent focus from Chris Duke to secure a fantastic third place on the podium. Gr4 in fourth. Coming in fifth we have Muggy. Taking sixth is Bob Shotton. Seventh sees Puppy Dog from Hell. Puppy Dog from Hell is in the pits. You've joined us on a breezy day here at 60S Princen Park, Long, as we're getting ready to kick things off. Puppy Dog from Hell has got the inside track starting from pole position.
But they will need to stay cool under pressure. If they can do that, they'll be in with a chance.
Ripper, the flag is up and the race has sprung to life. Who will be the first to pen their thesis on racing dominance?
Maintaining a safe distance while still pushing for position is a delicate balance. Experience and composure will be vital in these opening moments.
Is there a better sight than a field of elite racing drivers battling for position? Well, slap me with a didgeridoo. Puppy Dog from Hell's gone from top dog at 1 to playing catch up at 5. It's a twisted turn of events here at 60S Princen Park, Long. Mad as a cut snake, that one. Gr4 99s determined not to be left in the dust today.
Well, I'll be. Gr4 99's racing like they've got the spirit of Dale Earnhardt guiding them. But Rob, as we both know, it ain't over till the checkered flag drops.
So Rob Keen's decided to play it cool, eh? Holding on to 7 like a croc with a juicy steak. Just sizing up the competition, I reckon.
There are a few drivers with a point to prove, and a few with some grudges to bear. Will we see a clean race today?
The racing is normally closely fought here at 60S Princen Park. I think we are in for a cracking race.
I for one am really excited, Rob. The rivalry between Rob and Gr4 has been building before the race, and this is where scores are settled.
Gr4 99 just blitzed past Muggy like they were standing still.
Absolutely, Rob. But there's still a long way to go in this race, and Gr4 99 can't afford to get complacent. They have to keep driving with intensity and focus.
We got a close battle as Muggy closes in on Gr4 99.
And it's not just about skill and talent. It's about who has the nerves of steel to handle the pressure and make the right decisions at the right time.
Heartbreak for Muggy as they slip down the field.
Yes, but there's still plenty of race left. Muggy needs to stay calm and focused, and make their move when the time is right.
It's a dynamic landscape out there. Muggy's shift to 5th is testament to that. With every twist and turn, Muggy is shadowing Rob, waiting to pounce like a lion on the hunt. It's an intense battle for position as Keen tries to outmaneuver Gr4. This is edge-of-your-seat racing.
Should things go south between Keen and Gr4, we might witness a high-speed game of bumper cars, but trust me, it's way less fun with real race cars.
It's pedal to the metal for Rob, while Gr4 is still flipping through the radio channels.
Where there's a will, there's a relative.
Good on ya, Gr4, not letting Rob get too comfy up front. Reckon he's planning a bit of a "good day mate" on the next corner?
I've seen molasses move faster than this. Just kidding. But Gr4 is surely making Rob feel the heat. It's a southern summer showdown out here.
Things are looking as crook as Rookwood for Gr4, lagging behind Rob and the gap stretching out like a long country road. They'll need to find some extra grunt to flip this situation. Pushing too hard can lead to mistakes, and we're seeing that now. That car is really unsettled as they push for every last bit of speed. Gee whiz, Rob's getting some solid torque out of those corners. They must have figured out the perfect throttle control while trail braking. Oi, Rob, ever tried tailgating at a barbie? Cos Gr4 99's grill is getting a good look now. Try the snags while you're at it.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for Rob to make up that gap, especially with Gr4 99 defending so well.
Impressive driving from Gr4 99, who has managed to extend their lead over Rob Keen. They are walking away at this point. Does Rob Keen have anything in reserve? This chase is as intense as a cricket match during the Ashes.
Cricket? I thought that was just a noisy bug. But seriously, it's like Game 7 of the World Series here. It's like watching a hawk circling its prey, waiting for the right moment to swoop.
Rob could be on a charge here. Hal, they have just put in a quicker lap than Gr4 99. Hal, what's the impact of tyre degradation on race strategy? How does it affect a driver's approach to the race?
Tire degradation plays a crucial role in race strategy, Rob. Teams and drivers have to consider the optimal time to pit for fresh tires and adjust their race pace to balance speed with tire conservation. It adds another layer of complexity to the racing challenge.
If Renault 99 can keep this up, they deserve a cold one after the race.
Agreed, it may be the sweet taste of victory or help ease the loss. It's an intense battle between two skilled drivers, and Renault 99 in second is doing everything they can to keep Rob always keen behind them. The slightest mistake could cost them the position, so they need to stay focused and stay on their game.
Tough break for Renault 99, who has just lost a position.
We've seen Renault 99 in such situations before. A temporary descent, but always with an eye on the bigger picture.
It's like watching two predators circling each other, waiting for the perfect moment to pounce. Fair dinkum, mate. Chris Dukes got to pull their socks up. They're dawdling around like they're lost in the outback while Rob Keen's blazing the trail.
Well, Chris Dukes got their britches in a twist. Rob Keen is riding the gravy train with biscuit wheels, I tell ya.
Struth, Chris Dukes taken a bit of a tumble down the order to 5th. Must have missed the memo. Hold on to your seats. Starkula 64's turning the heat up on Renault 99, closing in for the kill. Oi, Starkula 64's chassis balance is on point today. They're handling bumps and curbs smoother than a croc sliding into water. Renault 99's got a battle ahead.
Now this is what we call real race.
Incident alert, Muggy's duffed it up. They're gonna need more than a coldie to forget that one. Well, butter my bread and call it a sandwich. Chris Dukes not letting Muggy have all the fairy bread at this party. Watch out, Muggy, he's coming for your Tim Tams, mate. Remember when we thought Chris Duke had peaked? Think again, they're harnessing. Oh no, what's this? Blimey, Chris Duke's just thrown another shrimp on the barbie of mishaps. This one's burnt.
Well, butter my biscuit. Chris Duck took a trip to the weeds. Must have thought they were at a barn dance the way they spun around.
Good on ya, Starkula 64. Trailin' so far back, reckon the front pack has already written the eulogy. The drivers have been working hard to come up with the perfect race strategy. They've been looking at the weather, the track conditions and the performance of their cars.
Now it's time to put that strategy into action and see if it pays off.
Starkula 64's so far off pace, they might be better off in a hearse. At least then someone would be pushing from behind.
When you talk about experience, it's like saying I've experienced my mother-in-law's cooking. Doesn't mean I want to do it again. But Starkula 64, keep pushing.
While Keen is not under immediate threat from Renault 99, they still need to stay focused and avoid any errors. Any slip-up could cost them their position.
Well, in the rearview mirror of life, Renault 99 might look closer than they appear. But on this track, they've got some miles to cover to catch Rob.
This is what it's all about, folks. Bob Shotton is in hot pursuit of Chris Duke, who's just trying to stay ahead.
That's right, Bob Shotton is determined to pass Chris Duck and secure a higher position.
Ripper of a move, Bob Shotton's not just in the race. They're owning it. Today, 6th.
Impressive. Bob Shotton is really showing their skill and determination out there.
Renault 99 is placed second at the moment.
Indeed, but in the fast lane, there's no time to relax. Renault 99's grip on second will be tested. A commanding performance from Renault 99, who has increased their lead over Starkula 64, putting them firmly in their rearview mirrors. But could they be pushing too hard? As with that comes the risk of overconfidence and losing control. Who will be the first to get too cocky and end up in the wall? As the laps tick by, Muggy finds themselves in 4th. Every moment counts. Oh, spot on. With the way Muggy controls that 4th, You'd think they've got the track's blueprints.
Muggy is holding onto this lead like a possum up a gum tree, but Puppy Dog from Hell is closing in, down to 5.2 seconds. Ever wonder about the unsung heroes of racing? The pit crew. I reckon their job's as hectic as a barman's on a Friday night in Sydney.
No doubt about it. It's like a pitmaster at a barbecue joint during a lunch rush. Everyone wants a piece, and they've got mere seconds to dish it out and make it perfect.
Some say it's about the journey, not the destination, but Muggy seems pretty intent on that fourth spot.
Couldn't agree more. Every lap is a story, and right now, Muggy's chapter from fourth is riveting.
Blimey, Gr4 is farther back than my hairline. But you know what they say about Aussies? Never say die. Unless it's a spider. Then just run. Stone the crows. Gr4's managed to trim that gap with Renault 99, eh? Must be the slipstream effect on this straight. Or maybe they've put down that beer.
That's a great effort from Gr4. They need to keep up the pressure and see if they can make a move.
With the asphalt burning beneath them, Rob's strategy seems to be working, placing them in first. Struth. Rob's driving like they've stolen it, putting some serious distance between themselves and Renault 99. Is there anything left in Renault 99's tank?
Rob is controlling the track like a seasoned hound dog on the hunt, making it harder than a preacher's knee for Renault 99 to overtake.
Gr4's braking development. Struth. Puppy Dog from Hell's having a real dog's breakfast of a moment.
Feels like Puppy Dog from Hell's car turned into a stubborn mule for a second there at 60S Princen Park, long.
The rumble of the engine, the scent of the rubber, and Rob comfortably sitting at first.
And just like in any great drama, Rob Keane is the lead actor right now, captivating us all from the first.
Look at that, they're trading places in every turn, a constant game of cat and mouse. Each driver knows one mistake could cost him dearly.
Absolutely, Rob. The energy in the crowd is electric, and it's no wonder why. These drivers are leaving it all on the track, fighting tooth and nail for victory. It's anyone's guess who will come out on top.
The strategy plays such a crucial role, doesn't it? Choosing when to pit, what tyre compound to use. It's like a high-speed chess game out there.
Exactly, and to think they're making these decisions on the fly, with so many variables at play. It's a mix of intuition, experience, and sheer guts. Kudos to the team's strategists and drivers alike.
You can feel the focus radiating from Puppy Dog from Hell, confidently holding onto the fifth.
Oh, for sure. But remember, the rearview mirror can be just as crucial as the windscreen. Puppy Dog from Hell needs to watch out for those lurking in the shadows.
Looks like Muggy is trying to chase down Gr4, but right now it feels a bit like my attempts at dieting. A lot of hard work with slow results.
It's moments like these that make motorsports so exciting. We're witnessing a battle of skill and strategy between two great drivers, with Muggy in fourth determined to catch up. But we know Gr4 isn't just going to hand it to them on a plate. Muggy is going to have to take it. It should be an interesting battle to watch as long as they can close that gap.
Every gear shift, every pedal push, Bob Shotton's got one goal in mind, capturing Puppy Dog from Hell's spot.
Each roar of the engine, each squeal of the tire is a chapter in this epic duel. Who'll pen the perfect ending?
Good news for Bob Shotton, the gap to Puppy Dog from Hell has decreased. It's now down to 0.1 seconds.
This is what racing is all about. It's anyone's game at this point. Who will come out on top?
Things are going according to plan for Rob Always Keane, who is currently first. Rob's turned up the heat and put some shrimp between them and Renault 99, making a fair dinkum gap.
Yes, it's clear that Keen is in control out there. They're making it very difficult for Renault 99 to catch up.
It may seem like Bob Shotton is far behind, but Puppy Dog from Hell can't afford to let their guard down. One mistake could give Bob Shotton an opening to catch up.
It's like Puppy Dog from Hell's out on the open highway and Bob Shotton's still getting directions at the last gas station. Got a bit of catching up to do.
The gap between Puppy Dog from Hell and Bob Shotton is getting smaller. It's now down to 1.7 seconds.
Bob Shotton is hot on Puppy Dog from Hell's trail like a Carolina Reaper. This is shaping up to be a nail-biter, folks.
As the sun beats down and the engines roar, Rob stakes a claim in first.
Definitely Rob, but they can't afford to get complacent. They have to keep pushing hard to stay in the game.
Rob's lead over Renault 99 is shrinking quicker than a cheap shirt in a hot wash. We're down to 6.2 seconds. At this stage of the race, Puppy Dog from Hell is holding on to fifth. Anything can happen from here.
They're not just driving, they're performing. And right now, Puppy Dog from Hell's act from fifth is worth an encore.
Crikey, Puppy Dog from Hell's looking like they've been caught in a rip, struggling to keep up with the pace set by Bob Shotton. Hope they find their feet soon.
Hold the phone. Puppy Dog from Hell's pace is off.
Wait, oh dear, Renault 99 has had an incident. It might be early days, but Puppy Dog from Hell is already casting a shadow from the fifth.
It's a dance, Rob. The way Puppy Dog from Hell holds onto that fifth, it's like they're leading in a tango. It looks like Bob Shotton is starting to catch up to Puppy Dog from Hell. The gap is now down to 1.8 seconds. This is where the pressure really starts to mount on Puppy Dog from Hell. They need to stay focused and not make any mistakes.
A solid performance from Renault 99, who is holding down second. Well, if it isn't Bob Shotton, the wild wallaby of the track, hopping right off the tarmac.
Well, slap my grandma. Bob Shotton's gone off like they saw a ghost. Or maybe they just saw their last lap time.
You know, Bob Shotton reminds me of my dating life. Starts with promise, ends up tailing behind everyone else. In a world where milliseconds matter, Puppy Dog from Hell's grasp on the fifth speaks volumes.
You've nailed it. The track is a battleground, and Puppy Dog from Hell's position is their fortress. Let's see how long they hold the fort.
Oh no, Hal, look at this. Bob Shotton is closing in on Puppy Dog from Hell. The gap is now just 2.1 seconds.
Looks like Puppy Dog from Hell's got a hungry wolf in the henhouse, and that's Bob Shotton.
The race is heating up as Bob Shotton in sixth closes in on Puppy Dog from Hell. The gap is just over a second, and I'm sure they're going to do everything possible to try and close the distance. They're not giving up without a fight. The evolution of these cars over the years is nothing short of incredible. The aerodynamics, the tire technology, it's all a game of innovation.
Couldn't have said it better. And to think about the data analytics behind every decision, from tire pressures to wing adjustments. It's not just a sport, it's a symphony of engineering and strategy.
Keen is on fire in the last sector.
They'll be the ones celebrating at the finish line.
And there it is. Rob, always keen, has completed the race in first place, setting a blistering pace that none of the other drivers could match.
You could feel the tension building throughout the race, but Keane remained focused and in control. That's what separates the winners from the pack.
What a fantastic race from Gr4 99, who brings it home in second place. What a race from Starkiller 64. They kept their cool and secured a well-earned third place on the podium.
What a drive, well-deserved spot on the podium with that performance.
Finishing fourth is Muggy. Followed by Puppy Dog from Hell in fifth. Bob Shotton brings home sixth.